and just do a little conversation about, I wrote a post about karma and our as we ascend, right? As we continue to know ourselves beyond just our human form. And when I say know ourselves, this is not just intellectually, because we can do all the meditations and we can say that we're multidimensional, but it takes a while for that to lock in, right? It takes a while for that to really remind us of the truth. And when we start remembering that we truly are multidimensional beings, that yes, we're having this beautiful sacred human life and to honor this human vessel, but we're also so much more expanded beyond that. What happens is we start activating our light body, okay? And the light body is truly just our quantum body. It's us beyond human form. And so when we start expanding the awareness of who we are, expanding beyond just this human lens, we start being able to overcome the limitations that come with just knowing ourselves as human, okay? And what happens is those of us who come down here on the earth plane with that memory already somewhat available, and we keep following that path of unwinding that thread, and we keep remembering the expansiveness of who we are, that starts helping to shift the collective consciousness, right? And so sometimes I was actually just talking to my husband earlier today, because I was just talking about how in this lifetime for myself, I came in forgetting everything. I mean, really, I mean, there's people who come in and they have like they start awakening, you know, earlier on in life, and that was not me at all. I had like my biggest awakening around 30. I'm 44 now, almost 45. But I came in deep forgetfulness, and I came in with a lot of heaviness, a lot of trauma, a lot of abuse in the earlier years of my life. And that kind of like bogged me down, you know, it kind of brought my perspective down, and it got me very narrow in my vision. And I think, I mean, obviously there's so many reasons why that's purposeful for me, but one of the reasons that I'm realizing is because I got to witness somebody, which is myself, move from the smallest state of consciousness. Like I was down there, you know, I was down there in limitation and fear and really isolated and separate from spirit, you know, not knowing, not having faith, not being connected, thinking I was truly a bad person. Like I carried that for many years. And I got to witness myself continue to remember and remember, to a point where now I feel so much more connected to the vastness and the greatness of who I am as a spiritual being. And also witnessing the miracles that come about when we start to expand that perspective. And the love, right? Just it starts changing your whole perspective, the whole lens that you look through life. And then all of a sudden you don't have as many problems, you have twice as many blessings, you know? And so I got to experience so when I see somebody who's stuck now, and I know that seems like a judgment, but sometimes we can observe that someone seems very stuck in forgetting who they are, right? And when I see that, I never lose faith in where they can shift, because I saw that for myself. I was able to witness myself from so stuck and such a narrow vision to expansiveness. A late bloomer, totally, absolutely late bloomer here. So what I want to say about karma, as we continue to expand our perspective of ourselves as we move into superhuman, and that just means, you know, human plus, right? Human with our spiritual aspects activated, working with the universe, working with our spirit team, knowing that we are multidimensional, being able to connect with the miraculous light that comes about with that, being able to kind of move beyond self-imposed limitations that come about with only knowing ourselves as human. When we start to expand like that, our perspective, and we start activating our light body, and we actually start spinning more. And that is also what starts to raise our vibration. And we start moving out of those lower states of awareness into higher states of awareness. And it's not like we don't have a bad day and we're not sad and we don't get angry. It's just that we don't get locked into those, into that as identity. You know, I used to be a sad person, a depressed person, an angry person. And then I was like, oh no, I don't need to be that. You know, I can experience joy for most of the days, and I can feel lighter, and I can let go. All right. And I'm going to actually put a program together. It's coming, it's being born within me about the power of forgiveness and the power of developing the heart, because I believe that where humanity has moved, we keep moving from kind of lower chakra, first chakra, very primitive, getting our basic needs met, up to second chakra, kind of knowing ourselves more in a creative way, the Renaissance, moving up to the Industrial Revolution, which is solar plexus, and now moving into the way of the heart. And when we start moving into the way of the heart, we start being able, this is the human plus, right? So it's like we've kind of, many of us through many lifetimes have, even if we're having first chakra challenges in this lifetime, we've still developed it enough where we are here today, and we're here to be a part of this big shift. And it's just some tweaking and some letting go. And this karmic relationship, as we expand, right, our vessel starts to clear, right? We start to clear our vessel. And so way back when we were moving a lot slower and we were more dense, when we would move out of alignment with ourselves, the karma is to pull us back into balance, right? It's the correction, but it's not punishing, and it's not because there's anything wrong. It's because each one of us, we have our own kind of correction mechanism, which is karma. And when we move away from ourselves and we move into, we kind of make choices that pull us out of alignment, then there's a nice kind of invitation to come back home, and that's karma. Okay. And when we move far away from ourselves and we move really out of alignment, we start creating karmic baggage, and that starts just holding up our field, weighing us down. But because we're getting lighter and faster, karma, we're going to have a different relationship with karma, where, and I notice this personally now, where let's say I do something out of alignment, I'm being asked to correct it like almost within that hour. Like it becomes so clear. It's like a frisbee, right? It's coming back, or like what's that thing that goes back and forth? A what? I can see somebody. A boomerang. So it's like it just comes back right away to be like, oh, I need to address this now. Are some of you dealing with that, where it's like, so that's what happens, because we're getting to a point where we can no longer kind of hold that baggage of karma within us. We just have to keep taking action to come back into balance. So with that being said, I'm noticing the time. And what we're going to do today, because I don't know if any of you have been really tired, but what they've been showing me is that kind of we've been all addressing old karma for months now. Okay, that's been part of this process of preparation for this new age that we're coming into, that we're already in. And that this deep sleep that we've been bringing into our lives in the last few days, of just wanting to rest and sleep, is partly just some fine tuning, because we probably have cleared that karma, but sometimes there can be kind of memory held in the energetic field. And that's why there's just like, you know, kind of patterns can get really ingrained in our, and that started to clear over the last couple of days. And so you might in the next few days start to feel even lighter, as we let go of that memory of those like karmic imprints that were keeping us pulled into patterns that pulled us away from ourselves. Okay. So today we're going to come back, we're going to clear, we're going to find our breath. We're going to call back our energy, because I don't know if your dreams have been very active lately, but I've heard that many people have been having very active dreams. And when that happens, we can easily be fragmented because we're in different realms dealing with things and cleaning things up. Okay. So we want to bring all aspects of us back here into this moment so that we can center. And then once we're all back here, then we can start integrating these latest activations that have been coming through, and we can start remembering the multidimensional aspects of ourself, feeling our superhuman, our human plus, right? Really reinforcing our light body, connecting us back to the vibration of miracles, and developing the heart. We're going to come back into heart brain coherence and just leave here. Let's hold the intention that we leave if we want to feel clear, if we want to feel more of a sense of joy. Maybe take a moment right now to just think about if there's any shift you'd like to feel in this session, to call that in, because each one of us, we're so unique that our needs are going to be different. So let's just take a moment and just set that intention with ourselves. And as you stay with that, I'm going to place my earphones on just so that there's no distraction in the background. I just want to make sure everybody's on. If you ever feel like you need to cut energetic cords, it's very simple. Okay, so if you ever feel like sometimes someone's invading your space, and one of the reasons I can know that is because they all of a sudden they're in my awareness, kind of intrusively, and I can't shake them. And then I'm like, oh, I think they're kind of poking in. And it's not always done maliciously, but sometimes people are kind of invading our space, and maybe they want to, you know, hoard some of our energy. You can just simply just pause, drop into your heart. One simple thing is to blast that heart energy out, because that just creates a very natural boundary around us, where it's almost like why other things can come into our space is because we're not fully home, right? This is why I talk about let's come home and turn on our lights, because when we turn on our lights, there's nothing that can come home because we're claiming our territory. So if you think about it that way, then, you know, this idea of people courting us, it becomes kind of a non-issue, because the moment that you are home and your lights are on, then it just naturally pushes everything out. Okay, so that's one way. Another way is you can, if there's someone specific, sometimes I like to think about different circles, and one circle represents my field, one circle represents their field, and I'll kind of intuitively sense how much I think we're enmeshed, like how overlapped we are. And then I'll just kind of lovingly separate the circles. I just do it with love, not out of like annoyance or fear, because that lowers my vibration. If I keep my vibration high, it does it in a more sustainable way, in a more final way. Okay, so we're not summoning it back. And so just kind of lovingly and then maybe I'll put a loving boundary between the two of us. And that's also good to do with children. I notice when I do that with my son, we have a better relationship. So awesome. Okay, so let's just take a moment now. I hope you guys can go a couple minutes over. If you can't, you'll still be a part of the healing, because you're here now, and we're creating the container, but I'll also upload this onto YouTube as well. All right, so just taking a moment to find your breath and just center yourself, center your awareness onto your breath. I see some people yawning, and that's no surprise when we start moving into energy clearing. Yawning. Sometimes we get gurgly stomachs. Sometimes we cough. Sometimes we belch. Sometimes we laugh. Sometimes we cry. All of those beautiful physical ways to clear. Okay. It's how we physically also start to get old energy out. And then just feeling your feet on the ground if they are on the ground. If not, you can just hold the intention that you are connecting to the ground, connecting to the earth. And let's just bring our awareness all the way down to the bottoms of our feet and just pause here. Just as we land, remembering that wherever we place our focus, the energy follows. And so what we're doing now is we're just grounding our energy, anchoring our energy, ensuring that spirit is coming fully back into our field. Remember, spirit, especially if we're in the dream realm or we're in the thought realm, spirit can start to get fragmented and can start to leave our field, our body. And that can be when we really start to feel unsafe and unstable. Okay, so just feeling the ground, inviting spirit fully back in, your spirit. And then just taking a moment here just to maybe offer some gratitude to the earth, to Mother Earth, as we feel our oneness with her. No separation between us, especially our physical bodies, are part of her. And just honoring her, honoring this body that is part of the earth. Just feeling that sense of gratitude for having this human life, for being able to go on this ride of remembering our light, remembering that we are just full of unconditional love. And that part of what we're doing now is just letting go of the layers that we've created that interfere with us remembering that we are love, that we are light, that we are holy, that we are pure, that we are beautiful. Maybe placing a hand on your heart, a hand on your belly, just connecting to this body, sending it a blessing. Let's send our body a blessing right now. Thank you. The body is going through a lot right now as we raise our consciousness because it too has to shift. It has to update its container in order to hold higher consciousness. And that's also can be tiring for the body. So let's just honor that and just bless the body right now for all that it is doing for us and with us as we ascend, as we remember, as we awaken. And let's take some nice healing breaths here. We're just going to do a nice simple breath in through the belly. So just inhale through the belly. And then once you get to the top, just hold it for a few moments and then let go. Exhale out, sigh it out. Again, breathing in, hold it, and exhale. One more time, deep breath in, hold the breath. And then when you feel yourself exhale, just feel your body start to soften. Maybe soften the shoulders, soften the jawline, as we just invite the body to become relaxed. And the more relaxed the body becomes, the more easier it is for us to open up our awareness of who we are, because sometimes the body and the nervous system creates a limited perspective because it's trying to keep us in a safe container, but that safe container can be limiting, be rigid, and it can be tight. Okay, so just feel the body soften. Let's move some light through our nervous system right now, some healing light. Just feel that beautiful light surround your cranium, surround your brain, and then feel the light move down your spinal column, all the way down to your sacrum, to your tailbone. And just breathe here as we heal, as we send the nervous system a healing, the cranial sacral system. And this helps the body to relax even more. We start to feel ourselves soften. We start to open up to spirit, to the beautiful light around us and within us. Okay. So let's just they're showing me remember the peacock exercise where we just imagine that we are peacock feathers fanning out. We're just going to do that. You can either just do that within your vision or you can do that with your hands like I'm doing. But the idea here is I am seeing that people's auric field feels very tight right now, and we just want to invite it to expand a bit. It'll give us a little bit more flow, more movement in the fields. We're just expanding our peacock feathers. Beautiful. Okay, that really helped. I see a lot more flow just from doing that and just staying with your breath as we just move slowly. And if any of you are feeling really in your head right now, like stuck in your thoughts, let's just give your mental body a nice healing right now. And so our aura holds different layers, okay? And the third layer of our aura is our mental body. It's connected to the mental realm, okay? And this is where all of our thought patterns are held, our mental activity. And so we're moving light through that third layer, and just breathe as we heal the thoughts, as we clear any distortions in the thought patterns, misunderstandings, any misalignment. Just feeling that for a moment. Beautiful. That feels really nice. It oftentimes can just feel very gentle, and then afterwards we may notice that it's easier to find space between us and our thoughts. Okay. And if at any moment you do notice that you get pulled into a thought, the work or the exercise or the invitation is just to notice and observe that you've been pulled into the thought, and then just to let it go. Just let it go, and then redirect your focus back to your breath or back to the ground or back to some place on your body, whatever feels best for you. But it's just to find that place of anchoring your awareness into the now moment. And let's bring our awareness now to our heart space and just breathe into that heart. And as you connect with your heart right now, we also hold the intention to call back our energy. So the more of your focus and the more of your awareness you can bring into the heart space, the more you can start inviting your energy back to a central point. Because wherever you focus, your energy follows. And so we want to get really centered right now. We want to call all of our energy back into this moment, okay? And just focus on the heart space as we call back the energy. Any scattered energy, any energy stuck in the past or stuck in the unpredictable future, any energy stuck with other people or in dialogue or correspondence, just calling it back without thinking about where it's coming from, because it doesn't matter. All that matters is your intention to call back your energy. And let's just pause here for a moment as we start to integrate even further. Beautiful. And then as we start activating the heart space, I invite you to bring to your awareness a simple joy, something that makes you smile, something simple that doesn't have a lot of memory attached to it, a lot of other emotions, just a very simple joy, a nice exchange you had with somebody, a smile, feeling the sun on your face, whatever it is. And then just hold that simple joy in your heart right now as you breathe, allowing this simple joy to start activating the heart even more as we feel that beautiful heart energy begin to open, begin to strengthen that field around the heart. And just breathe here as we feel that heart energy rippling out into our field. And as it moves deeper into our field, it starts to do what it does best, unify. So any parts of us that are fragmented or split right now, it's going to bring us back into wholeness, back into oneness within ourselves. Allow the heart to do this. Just breathe as we feel the heart energy really bringing us back into balance, into wholeness, into one. And let's bring that beautiful heart energy we feel moving from the heart chakra. And we're going to bless each of our chakras right now. And so bring your awareness down to your first chakra. So you breathe into your first chakra, clearing out any density, moving up to your second chakra right below your belly button, clearing out any density there. Move your plexus right underneath your rib cage, clearing out any density there, just sending love to all of these chakras. Remembering that love brings things back into order and into coherence. That's how powerful the energy of love is. Bringing that loving energy to your throat and just directing love into your throat chakra, clearing away any dis-ease, any misaligned energy, and then bringing it back into coherence as we move up to the sixth chakra, breathing love into the mind's eye, feeling the sixth chakra come back into balance as we move up to the crown and just breathing in to the crown, breathing your present love into the crown chakra. As we feel the crown just slightly begin to activate, feeling the presence of our higher self, our multidimensional aspects, and allowing that present self, that higher self, to move down into our body right now, into this experience. And the more that we invite our higher self in, just by pausing, dropping into the heart and remembering the vastness of who we are, the more the higher self just starts to be a part of our daily life. The more at ease we begin to feel, and just breathing here. Beautiful. And now we're going to bring through a beautiful angelic attunement. And so let's call on that circle of light, okay? So just activating that circle of light around you, which is the invitation to really be aware of your spirit team, of your angels, of your guides, to have them be a part of this attunement, a part of this activation, a part of this integration. And so just breathe here as you become aware of this ring of light around you, this high vibrational light. And now we just bring through this attunement and we're combing it through your field, this beautiful angelic attunement, and just bringing you even more into remembering who you are, remembering your light, remembering your love, remembering the love that you are meant to be bringing onto this planet right now, just by first offering it to yourself and letting that spill out into your life. And just breathing here as we feel this attunement raising our vibration to our highest divine expression. And let's feel this attunement move into our environment, clearing away any density in our outer environment so that what's around us is just energy to support us and uplift us. And just breathe here. And then just feeling your chakras, just sensing if they all feel in flow and in balance. I'm just looking at all of our chakras right now, and they all feel open and activated in a beautifully balanced way. Just feeling that light all around you, feeling that light in front of you, behind you, above you, and below you. Feeling that light within your body as well, activating every cell in your body. Feeling that light body that is you, that connects you to the field of one, the unified field of love. And just breathe for a moment just to integrate all that we've just cleared, all that we've just cultivated and called in. And let's place a beautiful shield around us if you feel the need for it. And this shield is only to filter out noise. And let's place that shield around our environment as well. And then just coming back to your breath right now, as we remember the intention that we set for ourselves before this session. And as we find our breath and we bring our awareness back into the room and back into this container, let's take a moment just to bless each one of us right now. Just feel that loving energy, feel it radiating out, surrounding each one of us on this call right now. Feeling that beautiful, loving energy multiply and expand and surround the entire planet. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free. May all beings be healthy. May we all remember love. May we all remember that we are love. And so it is. And so it is. And then just taking a nice breath, feeling your feet on the ground, and then opening your eyes when you feel ready. And we went a little bit over today, so hopefully you can stay with us. And thank you, my friends, for joining me today. And thank you, Betsy and Yana. Thank you, Sharu. Nice to see you. Thank you, Allison. Thank you, Christine. And just so you all know, I have my December sessions open. And like I mentioned, there is a program coming together. It's really about the heart. It's been a program that's been building for years now. It's all starting to form. And there's going to be a big part of it about being in forgiveness for self, because forgiveness is really what allows us to let go and to move forward and to remember.